started DJ, there was no cell phones, there was no cameras on the audience. Has it changed the experience of playing in front of a huge crowd? Seeing that they are all like there for.
I think, I've got nothing against people filming, but the trouble is when you film, you forget to dance. And when you film, you're not really in the moment, you're not really communicating with the people, you become just you. And so there was more abandon, in the old days. I think people drunk more and took more drugs, and they would be, I would look out and I would see chaos. It's beautiful chaos, but chaos is just people, people snogging each other, and that for me is a really exciting audience. Some places you go, not everywhere, but some places you go, you just see a lot of people doing that, or a lot of people just standing there looking at you and going, yeah, that's nice. And then afterwards they go on Instagram and go, what a great show. Yeah. I was like, well, if it's a great show, show it. And that's one of the many reasons that I love Argentina, because Argentinians, you are not shy to have fun, and get involved. Because sometimes, some of the clubs in Ibiza, you go there, just nobody's dancing. And so, I prefer the old days when I like to see chaos. And I see more chaos in Argentina than I do in most countries.
This is something that happens 20 years ago. And I want to see your reaction.
I expect everyone to have fun, no matter what the weather. I expect me to wear a very bad shirt. And I expect to see a lot of shaking hips and smiling teeth.
Shaking hips?
That is Mar del Plata, 20 years ago.
I remember that.
50,000 people. What do you remember about that gig in particular? Which was?
Shaking hips and smiling teeth.
and girls in bikinis.
And girls in bikinis.
And boys in
the rain.
Suits. Was it special in your career, that show?
It was, yeah. I mean, there's in those days before the internet, it was very strange because you could go to different countries and nobody really knew. They've heard your record, but they don't know what the show is going to be like. I used to go to countries and set up the turntables, and they're like, "Where's the band?" I was like, "No, I'm a DJ." And they're like, "Oh, we thought you were a band," and so it was like people didn't understand necessarily what you were doing, and so it was quite, you felt like you were like a pioneer of doing something different. But at the same time, it was kind of, sometimes you would go to some countries and they're just like, "What's this? You're just playing records." And then sometimes you would go to countries and just they get it. They understand, and they haven't watched it on a YouTube. They just understand what we're doing here, and that was just one of those days. It happened. It happened in Brazil. It happened here. We had a great one in Mexico as well, where you just don't expect someone from the other side of the world to be so in tune with you.
Yeah.
And also, it's really weird, to come out here and people think I'm cool, because we're just pasty English people. It's like, you're like the sort of beautiful Latin Americans. It's like, why do you think we're cool?
Music, it's like a refugee for the unknown, for the people who are insecure also. Yeah. In some stage in their life, and the music helps.
The greatest thing about dance music is just to escape. It doesn't really solve the world's problems, but it takes you away from them just for a couple of hours, and you're out there, lights are flashing, everybody's sexy, and you're like, just for a couple of hours you forget your cares, and that's the whole point of what we do. And some cultures embrace the celebration and the escapism of music more than others, but in South America and especially in Argentina, that definitely works.
Do you remember the first time music caught your attention?
Yes.
That strike, that lightning that says, "Oh, this is going to be a completely different life."
Yeah, it was when I was very, very young. We used to go camping with for holiday, and me and my brother and my sister would be in a little car driving across France, and we would just, my mum would be arguing with my dad, I'd be fighting with my brother, but then a record would come on the radio that we all knew, and we'd all sing, and my parents could sing in harmony, and we would be singing in the back and they'd be singing harmonies in the front, two different harmonies, and then the car would be filled with this power and energy, and we would stop fighting. Just for 5 minutes, it would stop the fighting. And I remember just thinking, what is this weird feeling in, you know, it's for me, it's a feeling in your heart when music hits you. Music takes you away from where you are. And I just felt that power, and I just thought, I want to be in a band where, you know, and then when I started playing in bands, you get that thing, you'd be rehearsing and it's not quite working, and you hit that groove when you're locked in with each other. And then the music becomes more powerful than the sum of the parts. You know, more than 5 people, we just make this really big noise that can change things. And yeah, so from when I was about 6 years old, it was like, I love music, I love what it does to me.
You have, you collect things from all the gigs, from all the places. There is one that you feel like, okay, with this one, I made it. Whatever made it means to you. With this, I can call myself a musician and my name will be remembered.
Well, it's got to be the dildo. It's got to be the dildo. That features heavily in the book. Yeah, someone made a dildo named Fatboy Thin, and that's it. You know, that's it. You're part of culture now.
But that you can show it to your kids.
I do show it to my kids. Yeah, I didn't explain exactly what it was at first.
Yeah.
And it was actually funny enough when we came to do the book, I was looking through I've got boxes and boxes of photos and cuttings and, you know, all that stuff, and I couldn't find the dildo. Of course, I'd hidden it from my daughter, and like years ago when my daughter was born, so it took ages to find it. I was thinking, where would you hide a dildo from your daughter? Things I never thought I'd say to myself.
Yeah, you're a great guy. Thank you so much.